good evening, beautiful people, and welcome to this wonderful day. Once again, the Holy Spirit teaches us the things that are not in the Bible. And today, last time we spoke about Abraham and how he went to Egypt, and how the wife was taken by Pharaoh and all that. So today is a wonderful story that we are going to jump to Joshua chapter number 18 verse 11. We are going to start there because before that time, other stories that are there, most of them are in the Bible. So I don't want us to hear anything that is in the Bible. Let us study things that are not there, so that we can get more knowledge. So things that are in the Bible are things that we hear so many times. So yeah, let's hear the things that we've never heard before. So today we are going to be talking about Sodom and Gomorrah and the things that made God angry about them. You know, in the Bible, it's not much that was said about them. It's just that they say that Sodom and Gomorrah, they have sexual, because of sexual intercourse that were not natural, that they begin to do, that God got angry and then destroyed them. That is not the only thing that happened. So today we are going to go deep on the things that happened there. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Welcome once again. If you want to inquire about the story that I'm talking about, you can go to Joshua chapter 18 verse 11. You can get it there. Joshua chapter 18 verse 11. You can get it there. So children of Sodom and Gomorrah begin to get very wicked in the sight of God. They were very, very wicked in the sight of God. Even their judges. At that time, they had 4 judges in the land of Sodom and Gomorrah, and then the judges were even doing worst, because they were the one that initiated all these things that they were doing. They never judged well. So there was this ceremony that they used to do in Sodom and Gomorrah. They do it 4 times every year. And this ceremony, there is a place in Sodom where there is waterfall, and the place is beautiful. They would go there, everyone, and they will gather their children, go there with their wife, and they will play music and dance. During the dancing, you can lay hold of your neighbor's wife and then have sex with your neighbor's wife. You can lay hold of your neighbor's daughter and have sex with her. It was nothing to them. They were doing it. They would do that from morning till night, and they did this thing every year, 4 times every year. This is one of the things that got angry. Another thing is that they never accommodated anybody. They never accommodated anybody. When a foreigner comes to their country to sell goods, they will vandalize them. They will, it's not like they will steal from you, or you will not see it broad daylight. They will vandalize you, take things that belongs to you, and you will cry, and they will not give it to you back. These are one of the things that they did. In those days, there was this wicked man that was living in Sodom, Hadad. So there is a foreigner that came to Hadad, that came to Sodom, and then nobody accepted to take him in, because in those days it is a custom that if somebody is a traveler come to you, you accommodate the person until morning. The person will go. That is why those angels came to Abraham, and then he begged them to come to his house and stay for a while. So it's kind of custom. But to Sodom and Gomorrah, they never did that. As a matter of fact, if they get you as a foreigner, they will either sleep with you or they will vandalize you. So it was a custom there. So the foreigner came there, and he was traveling from one place to another, and then he came there. He was on transit, and then nobody accepted him to stay in their house. Though he had food, he had a provision for himself, he wasn't hungry. So Hadad came to this man and asked the man, "Where are you going?" And the man told him. And then Hadad said, "Okay, I will accommodate you in my house. Don't sleep here. I will accommodate you in my house." So the man went with him. And then when he came to his house, the first day he ate, when it was morning, he wanted to go. The man said, Hadad said, no, don't go yet. Join me and eat so that we can marry before you go. So the man joined him, and they ate and married that day. And in the evening, he wanted to go. The man said, "No, it's evening. You can stay. Tomorrow you will go." So the next morning, he wanted to go. He did the same thing. "Eat with me, later you go." So in the evening, it's late. So he stayed there 2 days. So in the next day, after 2 days, he wanted to go again, and he wanted to do the same thing. Hadad wanted to do the same. He refused. So he saddled his donkey. As he was saddling it, the wife of Hadad said, "This man has ate in our house for 2 days, and he didn't give anything to us." Hadad was like, "Shut up, keep quiet." So when this man came, there was a mantle that he had, and a cord that he had, and he gave it to Hadad to keep, so that when he is going, and this cord is made of different colors. And when he saddled his donkey, and now asked Hadad, "Give me back the cord that I gave you, and the mantle with many colors that I gave you." Hadad was like, "Excuse me?" The man said, "The cord that I gave you and the mantle, give it back to me. I want to go." And Hadad said, "Oh, it's a dream. Let me interpret the dream for you. The cord that you saw in the dream means that God is about to stretch your life to be like a cord, and you will have a long life. And then the mantle of many colors that you saw was that you are going to plant a vineyard, and you are going to you have so many fruit in your vineyard." The man said, "No, I gave you this thing physically. I'm not dreaming." They argued, and then they went to their judge, the judge of Sodom. It was Sirach that was the judge of Sodom. So they went to Sirach, and Sirach asked the man what was going on. The man said, "I gave him something to keep for me, and now I want to go." I said, "Give it back to me." He refused. So the judge now asked Hadad what was going on, and Hadad said, "This man came to my house, ate and drank, and then now he had a dream, and I interpreted the dream. And to tell you the truth, I am a good interpreter, and I collect money from people for interpreting. He has to pay me for interpreting his dream. He has to pay me four coins of silver. I used to collect. That's what I used to collect." So the judge turned around to this traveler and told the traveler, "See, I know this man. I know Hadad. He is a good interpreter. He interprets very well. He is known all over Sodom. So if he interprets a dream for you, he did well. So pay him." This thing was so heavy on this man, and the man cried and cried. And the judge sent them away from his house. And then they went to the street, and they were still arguing. So the people of Sodom gathered together and asked what was going on. When they tell them, they shouted at the man and drove the man away. The man cried and left. That is another thing that happened. So any hungry man that comes to Sodom, if you are a poor man and you go to Sodom at that time, they will give you silver and gold. They will give you silver and gold, but they will proclaim in the whole Sodom and Gomorrah that nobody should give you food. And then you will stay. They will not allow you to leave. You will stay with silver and gold, and hunger will wire you, and you will die of hunger. They will be checking you every day and make sure you die of hunger. When you die of hunger, they will gather around, and everybody will take back their silver and gold, and they will go and bury you. This is what they keep doing. This is what they keep doing. And one time, Lot gave birth to a daughter who one of the men of Sodom married. And there was a poor man that came to Sodom. And this poor man, they refused to, as their custom is, they refused to give the man food, and the man was hungry, about to die. So the daughter of Lot saw this man and had pity on this man. And then anytime he is going to fetch water in the morning, he will take a bread and put it in a jar. And then when he gets to that man, he will give it to the man. This he was doing. Then the people of Sodom and Gomorrah, watch this man. This man is not dying for many days. This man is not dying. The man is not even getting lean. So they thought about it. There has to be somebody that is doing this, because nobody can stay that long without food and water. So now 3 people now hid. And then again, the daughter of Lot came and then gave food and gave bread as she used to do to this man, and water. And immediately they came out from where they are. They said, so it's you that have been doing this thing. They took her to their judge, and they pronounced her like she's going to be burnt into ashes. So they made fire and threw her there, and she died. One of Lot's child, she died. And another time, Eliezer, the servant of, you remember the servant of Abram that Nimrod gave Abram. So Sarah sent Eliezer to go and look, check how Lot are doing. So when he was coming to Sodom, he came to a place and saw a man from Sodom trying to take what belongs to a poor man, took it and then was beating up the poor man. So Eliezer intervened and was like, what's going on? Why are you doing this thing to a poor man? So the man said, who made you judge? Who made you this? Why are you interfering? So Eliezer pushed forward, tried to take back what belongs to the poor man. This Sodom man used a stone and hit Eliezer on his forehead, and blood gushed out. When blood gushed out, this man from Sodom held Eliezer and said, you have to pay me, because I made bad blood that was on your head to come out. So you have to pay me. In our custom, that is what you have to do. So this thing became a problem, and they went to their judge, Sirach, in Sodom. So when they got there, and this man said the same thing. See, he hired me to make blood come out from his bad blood come out from his forehead, and I did that, and he refused to pay me. So the judge said, in our custom, that's what we do. You have to pay this man. As he has made bad blood to come out from your head, you have to pay this man. Eliezer said, are you serious? Okay. Eliezer carried stone and hit it on the judge's head, and blood came out too. And Eliezer told him, okay, since you have judged like this, that money that you are supposed to give me for making bad blood to come out from your head, give it to this guy. Give it to this guy. So these are the things that they have done. They were doing. Another time, and this thing has happened. The one that made that it was recorded in Joshua that made God really angry was when a woman who did the same thing. A stranger came, and the stranger, it was getting late, and this stranger sat in front of the house of the woman. And the woman, when the woman came, the stranger asked the woman to give him water, and he brought water and gave him. And this thing, the news spread that the woman helped a stranger. So they all gathered together. They carried this woman and went to the judge, and they told the woman, and they told the judge what happened. And the judge said, this woman has to die, because in our custom you can't help a stranger. So what they did to the woman was even worse. They used honey, and they used honey to coat the body of this woman. After coating the body of this woman, they put the woman where bees are. Bees came after the woman from her head to her toe, and then stinged this woman from morning till night. Nobody helped the woman. The woman cried out to God in her pains, and God heard it from heaven. That was when he sent his angels to come and check what is going on, and then destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. You see, one thing about Sodom and Gomorrah is that in all their sins, the one that really destroyed them was not having regards for strangers, was not helping the poor. What you give to the poor is not really much of interest to God than how you give it to the poor. How you help anybody is more important to God than what you give. Some people can carry things and then give it to people who already have, just to gain favor. And they will think they are pleasing God, they are giving. No, you are not giving. And for some people, they will give when the eyes of people are on you. You want to boast in your giving. That is not giving. How you give is more important to God than what you give. This is why Jesus sat and he watched where people were giving in the synagogue. And then the woman that gave the least, and Jesus said, this woman gave the greatest, because he gave out of nothing. Today, we give out of abundance. As a matter of fact, it has become order of the day that you give out of abundance. When you try to give people, when you have little and you try to give people, everybody look at you as a fool. But in the sight of God, that is giving. Because God is a God that looks at the heart. He knows when you don't have. He knows when you give out of little. Today it has become a problem. Nobody gives. And we blame it on hardship. See, giving must not be money. You can give your time. You can give your comfort. You can give your advice. You can give. There are so many things that you can give that you have. Nobody can say, I do not have anything to give. You have things to give. There is somebody around you who is depressed. There is somebody around you who just need help to come out of a situation. There is somebody around you who just need advice on how to do marriage issue, but your own is to sit there and laugh at them. There is somebody around you who need help on how to handle a relationship, but your own is to go and collect their husband just because they are not perfect. You have so much in you to give. today we should make it a point of contact to always give. Because we can talk about Sodom and Gomorrah and we will think that we are not doing the same thing. We do the same thing. Look at what is going on earth right now. We do the same. We do worst. We do worst. The problem of Sodom and Gomorrah is that nobody there was found righteous. Everybody was doing the same thing. The grace that we have on earth today is that some people are good, some people are bad, some people are good, and some people are going up and down. Good and bad, good and bad. So we still have the grace of God. But in those times, with Sodom and Gomorrah, they even chase out foreigners from them. So that is why it was easy. When the destruction come, it was only them that was there, because there was no foreigner there. They have chased out foreigners with evil, and they were the only one. As we help people in need, as we change our mindset, as we change our mind, may the Lord continue to be with us and strengthen us in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you very much. And we are still going to be talking about so many things that we have not heard in the Bible. We have not even started. So get ready to hear amazing things that you have never heard of before. We have not gone to where Abraham tried to kill his son and the things that happened during those times. That one is an amazing story that I can't wait to share. So thank you very much for sharing, liking, and God bless you.